What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 57 of my Total Warhammer 3 Boris Ursus and Zinnoviev campaign. So as we saw last time, we got a nice little progression of battles culminating in a pretty epic damn fight against the forces of the Legion of Chaos / Demons of Chaos that somehow, some way, managed to ambush us. I still don't understand how they did this, but, well, I mean, I guess we were victorious anyway, so I can't complain too much. Otherwise, we are still into the massive problem of Boris having to try to hold off approximately infinity million stacks all by himself up here. I mean, this is pretty ridiculous. 3 full stacks from Kairos, 3 full stacks, actually 4 full stacks from Kugath. Oh wait, that's a 4th stack from Kairos as well. Okay, 4 full stacks from Kairos and 4 full stacks from Kugath, and then more coming in from Skarbrand as well. That's interesting. That is some strong anti-player bias right there, isn't it? I'm actually curious, who else are these guys even at war with? Just out of complete curiosity. Is there even anybody other than us that they're fighting at this point? Let's see, Exiles of Khorne. Wow, Exiles of Khorne are stronger than I thought. 24 settlements? I guess they're the strongest, Rank 2, I wonder who's rank 1. Poxmakers have 11. Oh wow, they're currently at war with Sylvania, that's kind of funny. But yeah, basically nobody near us, really. I guess Loose Tooth and stuff, so they could continue attacking this, but there's like a wall of ruins between them and the next nearest faction, and I'm willing to bet Kairos is kind of the same way. Oh, he's rank 1. Yeah, okay. And yeah, he's not even at war with Cathay. He is at war with Greasus and some other ogres. Man, if anything, we should have been friends with ogres instead of them constantly attacking us. But apparently, Greasus doesn't want to align with anybody. He just wants to attack stuff and not get rich. Because, yeah, that's how Greasus do things, apparently. Not aligned with Cathay or trading with Cathay either. Just want to point that out as well. But anyway, we also completed our breach loaders last time, which made a lot of our units quite a bit stronger. I guess next upgrade, we're going to go for that devotional creed, because we're running into a lot of plagues lately, and we might as well get that little upgrade. Devotion gain from fighting chaos plus 10, swell. Not that we need devotion, though we could support the Ice Court, I guess. Why not? Oh, this gives us a buff, doesn't it? Growth plus 20, all provinces, leadership plus 5, all armies, speed plus 2, all armies, and the leadership with Kislev, or the friendship with Kislev, rather. Alright, now, last episode, I did want to tell Boris to actually take Novkazi for us, but I think we can't do that. I think we have to march here. There's just too many armies. Now, Boris, I guess you're going to have to ambush, or else this guy's just going to run away. Although his army is probably not any kind of threat. I mean, if he attacks Temple of Heimkel, it's probably fine. You know what? But then again, these two are aligned, so they could attack us together. And the AI does do that sometimes. No, I think we have to go into ambush. Unfortunate as that is, it'll take Boris 3 turns to get here, which might mean he doesn't make it in time to save the frozen landing. And most likely the bear will roar like next turn or next couple of turns, so that's still quite the problem. Not that we really care that much about all that territory, but, well, I somewhat care. We did spend some money in getting it, plus we're spending a lot of money defending it with extra armies, it's just why we're losing so much cash per turn. Now, Beledna Gospodar. I do wonder whether you're actually able to heal or not. Ooh, you know what we could do? You leveled up, which means, other than Ursun's Favored, which we do need in here, because we have Zargard, we could get Reassuring Presence to reduce the casualties from attrition. Then I still do want you to grab Erengrad, but I also want you kind of to heal up. So if we go in here... Okay, no, so we're basically screwed for 4 turns, was it? Yeah. And there's absolutely nothing we can do, eh? Well, that's unfortunate. If we can't heal anyway, does that mean maybe we should use you to take Erengrad over instead, then? Huh. I mean, it'll be bad if we run into a full stack belonging to these guys, and it might be worth our time and effort. This is going to cause attrition if we go into this territory, but that doesn't really change anything, since we're already suffering attrition. And oh no, oh actually wait. Maybe not no. Maybe yes. Maybe yes indeed. If you take this and we declare war on you, that's a free territory that we won't have to spend time colonizing. In fact, please do that. Let's move you back into our territory and into channeling stance. Although Zoishank doesn't currently have a plague. Wait, first of all, you need to kill these two. What remains of them anyway. Go for... I guess you're closer. Go for this. This is probably going to give us a plague, but whatever. Can't do much about it. Let's auto-resolve this. And let's auto-resolve the other one as well. Snowflake Pendant. Miscast chance minus 50% and plus 160 power recharge. Oh, that's actually not too bad. Huh. I'm gonna have to take it away from you later, but it's actually not too bad. Alright, go in here and auto-resolve this as well. And I assume at this point you've gotten a plague now, yes? Do we need to heal here? Take a leadership. Alright, there we go, and you got yourself a scepter of stability as well. Huh, interestingly enough, you didn't get the plague. Okay, then you're gonna go into March stance, you're gonna start moving down to Zoishank. Then we probably want to build up the fortresses along this line. The most likely to get attacked is Volgograd, therefore we're going to upgrade Volgograd first, and then the others later, because it is kind of surrounded by potential attackers here. Manny's really nearby. I expect Bosenfels will soon fall as well. Okie dokie, Yarogny. You have things to do, buddy. Oh, and Greasus is most likely going to attack Alexandra Castina, which does have me kind of concerned. Because the garrison here is basically non-existent and her army is pretty beat up, but, well, we'll give it a try, I guess. Yarogny, take Black Fortress and destroy the Moon Howlers for good. And valiant defeat. Are you serious? Okay, game. Looks like you want a cinematic battle for the siege. I guess we'll give you a cinematic battle for the siege. The valiant defeat? Well, we shall see.
Farmers, all on Kislev, and Kislev stands united.
Alrighty, here we go. Last stand of the Moon Howlers. And it's nice that it is led by Mr. Maggot. I do believe he's the faction leader. He has a decent level at 19, but now Yarogny is at the doors of their last fortress here, which I think should be a fairly fun battle. Granted, the Maggot's force is just kind of trash from goblins, but the garrison is pretty okay. It's got trolls, it's got biggins, it's got some nice stuff, and there's a decent amount of it as well. I'm actually surprised at just how many forces they've kept over on this side where our war sleds are. I was expecting a little bit less. And in the center, they even have a few extra forces waiting up here. So we got 2 units of Spider Riders, a Biggins unit, a Gobbo unit, and then Maggot himself. So yeah, the light war sleds do have their work cut out for them. Of course, at this point, I can't see that there are any extra forces up here. All I can see is this, and this is quite a bit already. Although, to be fair, the trolls would be fairly easy to destroy with range, and then the Goblin Archers would be fairly easy to destroy with a single charge or 2 charges from those units. Anyway, battle is starting. We're going to obviously destroy the enemy towers with our little Grom bombardment. And then any hits we can make on the enemy walls with the smashy. Any hits on the enemy walls with our rocket batteries will help lower the numbers up here. Although turns out it's pretty hard to actually get a hit on all these units. I suppose that these little pieces of tower are actually enough to quote unquote block the Goblin Archers that are up here, because the artillery kind of refused to fire. It's unfortunate, but not too much we can do about it. In the meantime, our light war sleds are about halfway through, or almost halfway through breaking the gate, which is going to take some time, so we're going to have to wait on that. Though it does look like the Spider Riders plus the Spider Boss are moving down here, and they probably will react to our war sled attack. Hello, small spiders. You follow Big Spider. Ah, there's another set of Spider Riders there. And 1333, almost through Gate 1. And let's see, the other tower's almost down. I think we're gonna break 3 and then move in with the rest of our army, though we could close the distance a little bit already. Plus the Arogni and Co could move in if they should so desire. It's probably going to take a while to break through the entire battlefield, so gotta remember that it is, once again, a marathon. Alrighty, now, here's what's happening. As soon as the war sleds broke through, I didn't want the trolls to be right at the gate, so I summoned the elemental bear, had him breathe on the orc biggins here, which I kind of forgot about it right now, and then just stand here essentially to block all of the trolls and the biggins to some degree. That allows that other war sled unit to move in and hopefully damage the enemy without too much trouble. We're also running the other war sleds in, which are a lot less blocked by enemy forces, and they're going to charge the enemy spider riders directly. I do wish these were the heavy war sleds rather than the light war sleds, but that's okay. Only they weren't direct upgrades of each other, but were slightly different. There we go. The Elemental Bear allows us to charge the enemy archer units directly with it. Oh my lord. Oh, all those poor gobos right in front of that war sled. And let's see how much damage this charge did. About halved the unit, and is about to hit the other unit as well, which is pretty nice. Unfortunately, though, it looks like Maggot is coming in, and we can't really fight him with the war sleds unless it's in an open field, wherein we could just shoot him and run. Oh, and it looks like the enemy trolls have reacted and are not being blocked by the Elemental Bear anymore, so we're going to try to get the heck out of here. Looks like one of the war sleds is actually trapped by the trolls, and that's not a very good place to be. All the while, the Arachnarok moves in. Getting a little bit cocky with the war sleds, regardless of how many enemies are in a particular location. And there we go, having trapped the war sled, that unit full of trolls did manage to bring it down. Oh, and it looks like some magical attacks, or magic missiles rather, are hitting the war sleds. Fortunately, now the war sleds are going to consolidate, though we did lose one, and another one is pretty heavily damaged. We're a little bit home free on this side. However, as we can see, even more units have moved down here. Now this place, which is where I was going to hope to go to avoid the Arachnarok, is completely blocked by 2 full units of Ogre Bulls. And as we know, the war sleds don't knock the Ogre Bulls back far enough to be able to directly charge through them, at least not easily. So now we're in a dangerous position, squished between a massive blob of enemies led by their lord here, and between the Ogre units and any additional units that may come this way here. I do find this interesting considering how many units are over in the middle and on this side of the map compared to our main army, which is, I don't know, at least 80% of our units or whatever, plus all of our lords and heroes, and there's barely anybody over on this side. I mean, it'll make it easier to break through, but damn, it's surprising. And it looks like we've broken through this gate. At this point, I didn't even see that the gate had been completed. I was too busy panicking and trying to get the war sleds to survive. Fortunately, they do move their goblin big boss down here, which means we can charge him with all of our lords and heroes. If he doesn't decide, he ran back up the walls to hide from those bears. I'm pretty sure bears should be able to go upstairs though, so maybe they should be able to go up there and sit on top of the walls if it weren't too powerful. Game balance wise, of course. Alrighty, now our war sleds have been moving in slowly over to this side. I'm hoping that if we advance really slowly, we can shoot the Ogre Bulls enough to where they try to move away and not actually fight the war sleds, which would allow us to break through and into the city. But damn, good job to the AI for trapping our war sleds. I was actually worried about losing the units, but you know, if they try to route through the city, then I think we'd be fine. Alrighty, looks like the ogres wanted to move away at least a little bit, allowing us a space to break through. Come on, come on, we gotta make it through. Yes. Alright, bringing down a few of those ogres, but we definitely don't want to get blocked like we did with the trolls there. And this allows us to then charge this unit of orc boys, which is a lot less dicey than what we were doing before, and it does look like we're actually through. Getting some shots off into the biggins as well. We're going to charge directly through these orc boys and into more gobbo spears, but now that these are just small units, it is not as much of a concern. There we go. Ooh. Very close, Warsleds, very close, and they're still surrounded. These Forest Goblin Spider Riders are quick on their heels. There's more Gobbos coming in, and more Orc Poison. Yeah, damn, they really went after these Warsleds as opposed to the rest of the army. Speaking of the rest of the army, Uragni and the Lords and Heroes are now into the main army, or the main force that belongs to the enemy. Gonna get a Piercing Winds going, although it bounced off so quickly, it really basically did no damage to the enemy. I should have just gone with the Hailstorm here. Fortunately, since the gate is broken, we're also able to get the rest of the army in, who are going to support our Lords and Heroes right now. Alright, let's see those guns. Look at all the dead orcs around our Lords and Heroes. That's still a pretty cool little attack with just them. Hey, guys, you need to fire. Oh, there's still a few moving in. Oh, man, and they're gonna get attacked by, like, 2 units of orcs. Come on, I hope the rest of you can fire. And I believe that should mean that a hailstorm should be coming down. There we go. Since the Piercing Winds didn't work, we might as well use the Hailstorm, which is going to be much more effective on the blobs. And oh, now the guns join the fray. There we go. But Hailstorm on one side, the guns on the other side, and lots of the big guns are going to fall, while more troops stream into the city. So yeah, AI, you've made a mistake here. Sure, you've annoyed the Warsleds. You didn't allow them to wreak absolute havoc, and you didn't allow them to capture a bunch of your territories behind enemy lines. However, now our army is going to be able to get in here, and they're going to be completely free to do whatever they want. It looks like our rocket batteries are also able to fire a few shots at an enemy unit of Gobbos that was waiting up here, and they're basically dead already. Yeah, as soon as the rocket batteries can actually fire, they're going to get so much more dangerous, or our army's going to get so much more dangerous, because we've been essentially doing this without rocket battery support, which, to be fair, this army is kind of used to at this stage. Alright, now we're just essentially establishing a beachhead, if you're wondering why I haven't moved in all the armored Kossars. They can fire down into the enemy, but they'll allow the rest of our units to stream in and hopefully not get blocked by anybody. There we go. Oh, those 2 orcs, or 3 orcs in particular. The orcs tried to charge back in, then hesitated, and then just started dropping to pistol fire. I love it. I love the gun line. Uragni's army is just so fun. There you go, Uragni. Alrighty, looks like few enough units over here remaining, and they are being charged, and the Warsleds have also made it through. This entire chain of units was chasing them, and still, respect to the Warsleds. I mean, look at the damage here. These guys, well, wait, were these guys killed by the rocket batteries? No, wait, now it's a Goblin regular unit, not an Archer unit. So these guys, and just continuing to look at the damage on everybody here. The Warsleds may not have captured anything, but they did a number on quite a few units. So yeah, they still did a good job, a very good job, I should say, considering they put like half their army, or more than half their army, I should say, on this side, including their lord, and a bunch of units got very badly beat up by the charge of the Warsleds through their city. And now the Warsleds can attack anything that's moving or running away from Uragni, and bears are reunited with bears. And the rocket artillery is still firing good. The rest of our army is moving in as well. Where are we firing at up here? There's a couple of units to bombard. Let's watch the bombardment for a little bit. I've been missing seeing it. The rocket artillery is just such a fun unit, both to watch and to use. So I always miss it when we don't have it in our armies, or when we don't watch it. Which is one of the perfect reasons why or one of the reasons rather, why Kislev and the Empire go so well together. And I don't know why the AI does this, they're just sort of milling around up here. They should either back off or get into position or something. Man. Oh, this is horrific. A little preview for, I don't know. A Total War, I don't know, World War I if it ever happens. Alrighty, and now the rest of our army is in. Our Streltsy are moving up, and they're going to be able to move up with their gun lines. The enemy towers are getting ripped apart by Streltsy as well. There's a few blockading structures, or barricading structures, but we should be able to bring them down fairly quickly between our lords and our gun lines. Our war sleds should be able to support anybody who moves in, but we should also move the rest of our units over on this side and start moving in both directions. Ooh, it looks like the enemy have brought their ogres, the ones that were chasing our war sleds, out to play. And the war sleds are still shooting them. Man, these ogres must hate those war sleds in particular. They chased them across the map, and now they have to move in, and now they have to go through the rest of our army as well, just to deal with those annoying war sled gunners. Alrighty, how's the balance of power looking? Very much in our favor now. The enemy has lost basically half of their force already. Oh, they're getting some shots into one of our armored Kossar units. And it looks like the enemy Ogre Bulls are also going to be milling around here, but we can always move the rest of our forces in. I was just waiting for the Streltsy to come in and reinforce before moving up our armored Kossars. There we go. I want to see the charge of those Ogre Bulls. In the meantime, nobody's really doing anything over here. They're just waiting, essentially, while destroying those barricades. It looks like more ogres are moving, getting mowed down by the gunners there, and I think it's all the war sled gunners still. This unit is down to about 25% HP too. I feel a little bit bad for the ogres once again. Especially since they're basic ogre bulls. Ooh, and now the other guns are firing. Yeah, they can't charge into this. If they tried to charge, they have to charge into this unit, only to get gunned down by the armored Kossars behind them, plus the counter charge and guns of the war sleds, and it looks like they've given up. They want no more part of this. Nothing they can do there. Now we are going to move up the rest of this hill. More towers have fallen, so have all the barricades. We're systematically making our way through the city, and still too many units remain on this side. It looks like the enemy will have to reinforce. I suppose I could have kept a couple of our war sleds over on that side, and then taken some advantage of that, but you know, I felt I should move them together in a blob. We've also gotten, I believe, at least one Saliak's Lullaby on them, so they should be a little bit less damaged than they were before. Man, this is turning out to be a really long fight. Yeah, 13 minutes. But it is fun. It is fun. The enemy's actually making a fight for it. We've summoned our Snow Leopard. I really gotta get an army soon with, like, several Snow Leopards in it. It's definitely part of the plan. It's just that we're minus 5,000 gold per turn right now. We need to figure out our defense of the Goromadni. The plan is still to have Yarogni finish up in the Darklands and then leave. Just leave and then defend the north himself. Alrighty, now our heroes are in. Our Snow Leopard is charging. It's a fairly nice charge as well, knocking a few units back and distracting them. Alrighty, and I believe our war sleds have now moved out once again. Those ogre bulls are running, and the war sleds are giving chase. We've also, just in case, set up our Streltsy up here, at least temporarily, so that if anybody tries to run back in, these Streltsy would gun them down. More units are moving in, including the rocket batteries, who I was hoping to be able to shoot up here, or at least shoot some towers, because they have a fairly long arc. Our little Groms are moving in as well. They can help defend the rocket batteries if anything happens, because they can actually fight in melee where the rocket batteries can't. Plus, they're basically out of ammo on top of it. Alrighty, always lovely to see Yarogni and his twin axes rip orcs apart. And this will be the last time we get to see it for the Moon Howlers. A hailstorm coming down over on this side. More enemy units are moving in, but more of our units are moving in as well to gun down further enemies. Look at those little gobos charge. Very brave of them, I'm sure. And we now have some Streltsy up here, and the enemy's gonna move another unit of Orc Boys in, but this one's already been decimated, so it's, well, it's not gonna be too helpful here, I imagine. Alright, time to use those gun axes to great effect. And we'll position another unit so that they can actually fire. we've essentially established a beachhead here and then moved up and established a new beachhead up here. More enemies moving in, and it looks like Maggot is finally here, which means our Streltsy have a new target, a very large target. Hopefully they can hit the broad side of an Ragnarok. Another hailstorm coming down. Yeah, when the enemy's engaged, even though they do move away and try to react to hailstorms are very, very good ability. I mean, it's worse than Frostmaiden's Kiss against targets that move, I believe, but against blobs, it's very, very good. And there we go, 2 units of Streltsy are going to be gunning or down the Ragnarok, and it has already dropped about half HP. Those Streltsy are amazing at killing those large targets like that. They are getting hit by this unit of Orc Boys, though, to try to, save their lord, but it ain't gonna be enough, because it's also getting hit by Uragni and Kill. We're still a little bit surrounded over here, but I do like this little battle that's happening. This little battle within a battle. Alright, Maggot. I really feel like they should have made it so that as these units got more damage, the units on top of the Howda would die. Like, all those little gobos standing up there. And there we go, Maggot falls, and with the death of their lord, the faction is done. The chain route is here, and unless there's a small army remaining somewhere, the Moon Howlers will be destroyed for good. Well done, Uragni, and all the gun lines and everybody. Really well done to the war sleds. Yes, I put them in danger, but I think they did a very good job. I do wonder how much damage they caused. Well, 65 kills, 76 kills, 99 and 90. Yeah, so 200, 300-ish kills. Pretty damn decent, considering. And how many units they damaged in terms of their HP and distracted. Anyway, we're gonna move in for a quick Saliak's Lullaby. We got 1 left before we end the battle, and I'm hoping we can heal up to full and just continue Uragni's rampage through the Darklands. At this point, he's taken basically all of the Darklands for us. It's a decisive victory, and it's good to be finally rid of another faction in this territory. Alrighty, there we go. Pretty fun little fight and a nice little send-off for the Moon Howlers. I will fully admit that I got a little bit cocky with the war sleds there. Well, first of all, they're light war sleds, so I gotta remember that. But also, yeah, putting them into a very, very dangerous situation at the start. But anyway, I hope that this ends the faction for good. Yes? Scroll of Power, province secured, faction destroyed, beautiful. Ooh, also you have some decent stuff, however. Wait, first of all, we want control buildings, money. Is there anything that gives us growth? Corruption, hero, recruit rank. No, I guess we're gonna go for control in case our enemy army's here. Honestly, that doesn't really help us all that much. Surprising that there isn't a growth stance. Alright, let's go awaken the land. And then I guess for now, we're going to have to delete the church and replace it with a defensive structure. Afterwards, we are going to go on the way to Krakatan and the Scrap Towers and possibly the Lizardman location as well, before starting Uragni on the trip up north. Somebody has to come and deal with this when Boris is gone, though unfortunately I don't think they're going to quite line up as we like. Otherwise, I want to double check whether we have anything that needs to be done in terms of buildings. Also, Beledna, you have to critically fail. Wait, also, I forget, are you able to assault units? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Now, you have 4 more turns of steel tech, which is very valuable to us. However, I think right now, we need you to steal some tech. Let's have you kill Mr. Hofdir Bloodaxe over here. And then go out there. Hopefully this just gives you a level. It didn't give you a level, I don't think, but you did manage to kill him, so you know, that's nice. It wasn't a failure. And that's already better than what what we're used to. Alrighty, Beledna Gospodar, I think everybody here is good. The 5k per turn is killing us. It's absolutely killing us. Also, so is this attrition, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Do you have March Stance? Yeah, you do as well. And you have the Quartermaster, which makes sense because you're actually a recruiter, and we're trying to head you towards Renowned and Feared as soon as possible for the extra little recruit rank and campaign movement range. You will never be a fighter. And you need to be deleted ASAP because, yeah, there's only so many turns we can sustain that for. Anyway, back to buildings. Gormadny, you're good for now in the sense that I don't want to build anything there because it's likely to be either too expensive or unnecessary, and I believe that's it. Ooh, what I did want to, however, check is, did our Ataman arrive this turn? Yes, indeed, he did. So his name is Pator Krasny. So, Mr. Pator, if we take you, okay, we're at 5k, Lord Recruit rank, Ataman, Pator Krasny, Protector, you. Now we're at 6.2k, yes? But now we have no Ataman here, which means we take Tordemir Torsky, and we put you in the Wolflands. There we go. Now you have... Oh, we have another one that has money, but this guy now has both control and money, which is perfect. And then Mr. Pator Krasny, you gotta go goodbye. Alrighty, then the money got fixed, and it looks like we're good. Alright. Alright, that's how you replace those Ataman. Ataman? I don't know. Alrighty, other than that, we've checked the buildings, we've done, I believe, everything that needs to be done this turn, so let's proceed to next. I'm really curious to see whether these guys are going to capture Erengrad for themselves. And if they do, to what degree will they heal here? Will we still be able to kill them, and will they get a garrison up and running immediately? It is the AI, after all. They are suffering... Oh, they can't heal either. They're stuck in the plague just like we are. There really needs to be some sort of anti-plague ancillary. I just want to double check that we don't have one because it would be really helpful right now. Because yeah, 4 turns disabling an army is just really, really not great for us in this current location. Vagabond, income from all buildings, servant smuggler. I'm sorry, what? Plus 6% income faction-wide from trade. Wow, we need to get more. How do we get these? How do we get more smugglers? Ranked up whilst gaining a large income via trade. Okay, our income from trade hasn't changed in approximately forever. And yet, we've leveled up a lot, but we haven't gotten those. So it doesn't look like we're getting any benefits out of those right now. Also, I'm not seeing anything about plagues in here. Yeah. The Ataman Administrator might actually be useful, but probably not on the Lord. Hit Fighter, Servant, Hero Action, Chance. Yeah, just stay as you are, I guess. Unless you guys have a room for that, Ataman. I mean, these take 3 turns, so if those could stack, and I don't know whether they can or can't. Like, for example, you have Step Shepherd, damn spoonerisms. Vagabond could be useful. Control +1, not as useful. Now, if we could take the Ataman Administrator here, and we could do the same thing here. I assume you also don't have one? Alright, take out the... You know, take out the Vagabond. Wait, you have an Akshina Informant and a Vagabond. Does the other one have an Akshina Informant as well? No, you do not. Meaning... oh, but you have the Vagabond. Alright. What can we take out from you? Other than the Akshina Informant, because I like to keep the campaign line of sight at least on one. You know what, you probably don't need the Tax Collector here. And honestly, the Ritual Enforcer, well, it might come in handy if we get attacked by Slaneshi. Yeah, take this for now. How much money is this province making? Yeah, not a lot. Nothing to worry about. Especially as, wait, are we even currently in our own? No, we're in the enemy territory so we don't spread the plague to ourselves. Yeah, stay here. Stay here and hope you don't get attacked by a full stack of ogres that's hiding, like, right here. As otherwise that would be pretty bad. Alright, buildings upgraded, yada yada yada. Let's end the turn and proceed. I have the sinking feeling the bear's gonna roar, and then we'll have to choose between going into a rift or fighting all of this. Redbound. Who are you? Why are you being shown to us? I don't know and I don't care. Alright, Goldtooth. Oh, you are actually going to attack us here. You know what? I feel like this is probably going to be along battle, valiant defeat, and we could probably give it a fight. Unfortunately, I do have to end this episode a little bit early this time. I don't actually know what this is actually early, but I have to have it ended right now because, like an idiot, I didn't save the replay of that other battle, which means the only way to see it would be to load it while the replay was saved in the the autosave for the replay. And we gotta see the replay. So I think I'm gonna call it here. We're gonna start this next episode with the fight against Greases. Hopefully we can hold them off, but, well, I guess we will see. We do have a decent number of units here. It's just that I don't know how we'll be stopping Greases himself. It'll most likely be up to the towers. But I guess we'll have to find out whether we manage to do it next time. So don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. Stay tuned for more Boris and more Uragni, and lots of fights for Boris, most likely, in the very near future. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.